about losing a lot of it. I think Disney is a very specific kind of acting. My brother and I had done everything from independent films to blockbuster comedies to a lot of just a very wide array of kind of different styles of acting, and Disney inherently is like a very theatrical kind of acting. It's a live sitcom, you're trying to capture the attention of children, so a lot of the time it's boisterous and loud, and it's a poop joke, so it's not like heavily thought out. But I think when you do, like you do any kind of role, and I'm sure the way that these roles will affect us by the end of this run, you have to adopt and internalize and method act your way through a lot of the content you're being given, and inherently that's gonna have an effect on how you treat your day-to-day environment as well, because this is a persona that you've worn for, in my case, 8 years. But going to college was a process of undoing a lot of that homeschooling and being in a soundstage. And then this show, you can't bring any of that in. I mean, it's a completely different, it went from a 4-camera, live audience, 30-minute long sitcom comedy to a single-camera, hour-long drama that's just a lot darker. So to any actor that would be bringing in any of the sort of child stardom stuff that they're dealing with would be having an inappropriate look at how to act on a show like this.
Very, very well said. And going back to what I said earlier, I was going to ask you this question as well. So, Jughead, can you talk a little bit about tapping into that dark side a little bit? Do you feel comfortable going to some of the places that character goes?
Well, this is the key to good writing. I mean, good writing and good acting is grounded in real psychology. And I think for Jughead, a lot of the stuff makes sense because he comes from this tortured familial past, and the way he reacts to a situation, even if he throws a joke first, is a defense mechanism to guard himself from real emotional response. And I think that is a kind of psychology that you have to bring into every scene, which informs it. But if you can make it make sense to you as an actor grounded in psychology, it means it's great writing. So that's really kudos to the guys behind the scenes who are doing way more for us than we could wish.
Great team, no doubt about that. Camila, how about for you when you tap into that dark side of a character?
I don't think we've fully seen Veronica's dark side yet.
I love that. You just said that. That means a lot of good stuff is coming. That's what I think so. That.
I'm not entirely sure, but I think Veronica used to be really dark. Back in her New York days in Riverdale, she's changed and she's humbled and she's so focused on being a good person and being more giving and selfless. And I think if any dark side is there, it's her protectiveness of the people she cares about.
Great answer. How about for you, tapping into that wild side?
I don't know if we've seen any of that from Archie either, but season 2, probably more.
That's great. And how about do you like getting into that kind of the darker side of characters in acting?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, personally, I just kind of, I just act.
Maybe we can go with that too. So I'm seeing some lines start, so we're gonna go right to the audience. We can start on the left here. Go ahead, hon.
Hi, I was wondering what couples you shipped on the show.
Fred and Alice for me. I mean, if he's alive or not, we still don't even know, but...
Just pop Tate with someone, man. After the robbery, he just needs love. No, it's an interesting question because, and you guys know better than we do, the wars that people get in online, they often want our-sidedness and certain opinions, and the truth is, the second we give our side to any one camp, we do a tremendous disservice to the other ones. So I'll tell you straight up, you can ask that question as many times as you want, you will never get an answer out of us. Seriously, ever.
And I think that's fair. So let's go to another question over here to the right.
Hi, this question's for all 4 of you. So the show has a lot of pop culture references. Were any of those yours specifically, and do you have a favorite that was on the show?
I know, I remember I say something about Chuck having the dialogue of Diablo Cody, and Roberto initially wrote Noel Coward, who I didn't know who that was. And I remember being like, Roberto, I don't think anybody knows who this is. And he was like, well, my generation does. I'm like, yeah, but like, not ours. Do you guys know who Noel Coward is? No. I heard a couple yeses.
I don't know who that is. I don't know any either.
Yeah, me neither. So I was like, let's change it to Oscar Wilde.
I mean, Roberto's so witty and knows everything, so a lot of times he'll say a reference and we'll read it and be like, do you guys?
Yeah.
We have to ask him to explain a lot.
Yeah, and if, it's something that no one knows, we'll probably change it, but a lot of times it's just a lesson learned for us, because we're
true.
just uncultured people.
It's me.
KJ, did you want to add anything?
Nah.
You're okay. So we'll go over here. Go ahead.
My question is geared towards KJ's character Archie and how he loves music and all that. Were you the one actually singing his songs? And if not, who was?
Yeah, it was me. But it was we don't do that. We don't do it live like when you see it. We go into a studio. We spend a day in there recording, and then we cheesily mouth over it when we're shooting.
Okay.
My question is about the plot, so it is a spoiler for season 1 if you haven't watched it.
What was that, hon? Can you?
Yeah.
Spoiler
there you
alert,
go.
guys.
Yeah. So if you could name Polly's babies, what would you name them, and what were your characters' names?
Zach and Cody.
If you guys are tuning in, I'm gonna live stream until my phone dies.
Trying to get royalties for it.
So stay
Did you
tuned,
have
and
a
if it
feeling
cuts,
he was
I'm
gonna
real
say
sorry.
I wasn't really expecting any.
Cute, great, thank you. All right, go ahead.
Hi, I wanted to know, since there's so much comic material for Archie, how have you guys approached these characters and kind of made them your own for the show?
I think a lot of it also comes through the writing. We have such really, really good writers on our show.
Yeah, our writing's very stylized and distinct, so it's one of those things where as soon as you read it, you're kind of taking on that character.
We're also the
But there's
first.
so much to pull from the comics, and I think that was a huge thing when we were preparing to start shooting this show and trying to figure out what the show was. I constantly go back to the comics and observe the way that they wrote Veronica and how she moves and how she talks and how she's always closing her eyes and looking up. I think those behavioral things are important, but aside from that, I think we have to bring so much of ourselves to the
I
characters.
personally don't really look back to the comics as much, because Betty, I feel, is very, very different.
Yeah.
She's kind of like this kind of gullible, naive girl who lets a man walk all over her a little bit. And the fact that our Betty is not that way is something I'm proud of. So I kind of, and Camila and I both, and KJ, we didn't grow up really knowing what the comics were. So to go into this, we had kind of a blank slate, which was nice. So we read the comics, we familiarized ourselves, but we kind of were able to just create these three-dimensional people on our own through collaborating with the writers and with our creator and talking to one another and just sharing ideas, and it was all very collaborative, and it's a constant process to keep building these characters. It never stops. There's always more to these people.
No, I really love what you said, because it really is kind of making the character your own then. That's
Oh,
great.
you weren't distracted?
Trouble these two. All right, okay, go ahead, honey. You're the best.
Again, guys, I'm at 20%, so if this cuts, I'm really sorry, but I'm gonna try and live stream for you.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Good answer.
I think the other question is he still going to have his beanie on? And I think, yes. Also, yes. Jughead was also a character in the comics that this show took a lot of creative liberty with. He's very different in the comic. I think Betty and Jughead are probably the two most separate from their comic iterations. And a lot of that was trying to find areas within our setting where you can tie in kind of character plot, and it's the serpent thing is interesting because it's been so well received. In fact, a lot of Jughead's narrative has been so well received.
People just want to see you in a leather jacket is what's really
but even Betty and Jughead's coupling is something that's so different from the comics and was also so well received. Now, I think people are kind of just on board for new Jughead and like tortured Jughead, which I don't know what it says about you guys. But yeah, he's going to be a serpent for sure.
Great answers, you guys. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, hi, I love you guys. This is for everyone. If you could play any other character on the show, who would you play and why?
Great question. And we can start with
Female version of Jughead.
I said that before. No, I think it's like, I want to see this emo chick, like, in some suspenders with a beanie on. Yeah.
I think Betty for me. I love the idea of like the perfect girl who's very complicated internally.
Yeah. KJ.
Cole? No, Cole can go.
Okay. Yeah, that's Pop Tate always takes it from me, but I think Reggie would be cool. I think Reggie would be fun. Reggie is another character that's going to be having a lot more screen time season 2. It's not the same actor. I'll say that right now. But he's one of the characters that's fundamental in the comics and has a much greater role in the comics and will continue to be a fundamental part of Riverdale.
I'll probably go Kevin. I think that'll be fun. I think Kevin's my favorite character.
Kevin? He's mine too.
Oh my god. Thank you.
You agree? Did you say yours too?
Kevin's my favorite, yeah.
Aww. Thank you guys. All right, we'll start over here.
What was your favorite episode to shoot?
Episode 10 for me, all the party stuff, it was real fun. Real fun.
Or maybe the last episode in the snow. That was, I mean, it was a tough day, but it was so beautiful and so intense. Like, we were all just like keeping each other warm and like running through the snow was so much harder than it looks.
Where were you?
It looks hard because I look like I'm struggling.
I know. We look so stupid running through the snow.
Yeah, they're like sprinting and we're like...
And I thought I was going to be really fast, and as soon as I started, I was like, whoa, okay. We shot that, where was that? It's some woods area.
I mean, we film in Vancouver.
Yeah, oh sure.
But we don't know where that was specifically.
Can't you guys totally tell that they work together a lot? It's so hysterical. Okay, thank you. We'll go over here.
Hey guys, I'm a big fan of the show. My question is, I was just curious if there was one quality you could change about your character in the show and just where that could go, what would that be?
Sorry, I didn't quite catch
I
it.
was just curious what quality in your character you'd like to see different and change if possible.
So is there any aspect to your characters that you'd like to see differently or change?
Yeah, I'd actually like Jughead to be a little more separate from the main cast. I think he started out as a much stranger character, and over time, his reacclimation to the group brought him closer and showed the friendships. And I think season 2 is going to be dealing with it a little bit and like how he feels specifically. But I would like to take him a little riskier in terms of his strangeness, a little creepier. Which I would like to tease out a little more, because in the comics, and I know someone's going to hate me for this, Jughead's a creepy dude. Jughead is a creepy comic character. He's just like this super morally superior kid who has nothing to do with society and just thinks about food all the time. I mean, he's very, I don't know if you guys have read Death Note, but he's very much like L. And I tried to bring a little bit of that into the character, and I'd like it if we sort of took it back there.
Great answer. So get this is how fast time goes when we have a panel like this. We have approximately 5 to 10 minutes left. So what we're going to start doing, right and left, we're going to start doing the rapid fire questions. So you get one question, but you have to let us know who it's directed to. Does that sound good? So for the rest of you in line, stay in line. We'll do this really quickly. and then we'll kind of wrap up and have these guys say goodbye to you guys. So, okay, we'll start over here.
Okay, so my question is for KJ, and I guess it's kind of a spoiler for the finale if you haven't seen it yet. But, so we know you broke your hand filming that scene where you're punching the ice. I just kind of want to know, like, what happened there, like, how much of it was stunt, like, with fake blood? And
Yeah, so what happened was we were running real low on time, and when that happens, people start, you know, getting a little bit hectic. And so they had me punching the ice. We were on an actual frozen lake. They cleared all the snow off, and they chucked about a foam pad about that thick. And we had not much time to do it, so we all got ready. We were like, sweet, we're gonna do it. And they called action. And I think me and Cole, I remember, ran up to the thing, and I just went for it, and I got a bit carried away. And it was really cold. You can't really feel, like I couldn't feel my hands really, so I was just laying into this foam pad. And about 10 minutes later, I realized I'd broken my hand because it was really swollen.
He kept denying it too. We were like, KJ, your hand's broken. He's like, no, I'm good.
It was clearly, anyone who knew what they, it was
like
so
your pinky
broken.
was like sticking out of your wrist.
Yeah, it was gnarly. It was good. It's worth it though. It's worth it.
KJ, owning that character. Okay, over to you.
My question's to Cole. Cole, do you still have your Scuba Steve from...
You know, they didn't let me keep that thing. So the answer is no, and it's one of the things that I've always felt a bit bitter about.
Okay.
Hi, my question is for anyone who wants to answer. Who did you think killed Jason before you got the script for episode 1?
Who do you think killed Jason before you read
I
it?
thought it was collaborative between all the parents.
I thought it was Cheryl.
I thought it was Clifford. I knew it was Clifford.
I thought it was Jughead.
You're not kidding either.
All right, hi, go ahead.
Hi, this is for Camila and Lily. I was curious to know about how you guys picked up the choreography for all the River Vixen dances.
Well, thank God I was not in that dance-off, because you guys don't want to see that shit.
That's for sure. We have a cheer coach.
We have a cheer coach.
And we cheer with like a real high school cheer squad, which makes me fun.
Feel terrible. So, I don't know, it's just, she's the dancer, no?
I'm not a dancer.
Well, you look like one.
It's fun. I don't really know what to say. It's just,
it's work, we have to do it.
Yeah, it's work.
Nice. Okay, ladies. All right, go ahead.
Okay, first, KJ, I love you.
I love you too.
That was a perfect answer, by the way.
Lily, how did it feel to kiss Cole?
Fantastic. How about that?
Feels good.
Feels great. That's real good.
I like kissing Cammy better. What?
Good answer.
I really feel like we need to end this kind of on a high note, and I like where this is going right now. So this is the deal, because we gotta wrap this up. We gotta respect these guys' time and everyone in here. So we can only do 2 more on each side, okay? And they gotta be rapid fire, and it's gonna go for 1 person. By the way, these guys will be downstairs signing some autographs in a little bit. I know, time goes so fast.
You can ask us anything you want down there as well.
Awesome.
So this one's directed to like anyone who wants to answer. What's your funniest memory you can share of your time filming Riverdale?
Every time I get asked this, I feel like there's so many funny things that
like
happen that you just don't know.
We're on a constant high. Like we always are goofing around on set. It's hard to think of one.
Surely there's been some funny stuff.
Surely.
What did he just confess?
That was a hard day for all of us.
Perhaps.
Well, we can.
Okay, over here.
This is directed towards anyone who wants to answer. What character can you relate to most on the TV show?
The dogs, because I'm whipped.
We're gonna leave it at KJ's lap. Go ahead, Anna.
This is for anyone who wants to answer. If you could choose any other actor or actress to play your character, who would you choose?
That's a good one. I want Cole to dye his hair orange and his eyebrows and play Archie.
I once saw a thing that like Elizabeth Gillies as Veronica. I could see that.
Yeah, I could see that.
Oh God, I have no idea. Tammy.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson is Chuck. Dwayne.
We're gonna do one more question. So we'll go over here.
This is for Cole. Are you haunted by the meme that started from the I'm a weirdo thing?
No. That's like the greatest follower boost I've gotten on social media in ages.
You guys, how great are these four sitting up on the stage? Are you guys for season 2? Make sure to go downstairs, say hi to them, get your autograph. They're just as delightful backstage as they are sitting up here, and they're beautiful. You guys, one last question. In Philly, are you going to see anything in Philadelphia when you're here?
Those rocky steps.
There you go. Yes, it's a must-do, right? The Rocky Steps, right? Thank you so much, you guys. You've been awesome. Way to go get those questions.
Alright guys, and that is our Riverdale live stream. Thank you so much for tuning in. In a little bit, you can watch our Twitter for some other fun stuff. Until then, see you later. Bye!